Hi there, this is Steve. Welcome back. We're going to talk about ZLM 151051. Okay, previously we talked about the character profile and the fact that the story is in multiple parts, each one of them written from a first person perspective. And we did the character profile for Bobby Calhoun, who is the narrator in part one. What I'd like to do now is start going through the chapters in part one. And particularly, if you look at the screen right now, we have up Scrivener again, and you can see the chapter cards. They just look like index cards, and it's where I just go down and put down the items, the actions that occur uh, inside of the chapter. So uh, let's get started. Let's start with the first part, which is Crime Scene Scoop. These are just names I use as working titles for the chapters. I generally don't like to give chapters names, simply because I don't want to tell you what's in there until you read it. You find out. Uh, so, Crime Scene Scoop. Now, Bobby Calhoun's works for WHYH, Houston's Family First news network that's recently been purchased by the largest megachurch in Houston, Texas. They haven't started making changes yet. Well, Bobby's headed out to a crime scene. Uh, he's got his cameraman, Garland, with him. Garland's an Iraq War jock, basically. Uh, that was the big event in his life. He came out safe. He's an aggressive, jarhead type person, but a good guy, a real good guy. Definitely a person you want on your side in a fight. Anyway, they're going out there. And Bobby's not real pleased with the way Garland's driving because Garland's driving like he's still back running night patrols in Baghdad. Uh, but their purpose is to get there before everybody else. Uh, so it looks like they're going to arrive significantly before all the other uh, local news stations or national news stations make it. Uh, Cop has been shot at his home. He opened his front door and he got shot. And it's a controversial cop because the police officer had shot a 9-year-old boy in a park with a toy gun in Houston, Texas. Uh, he didn't hesitate. He just shot the kid down. Uh, and it was a tragic, it was a tragedy. Now, they tried to indict the police officer. Uh, the DA actually threw the case, I guess, because, district attorneys don't necessarily want to get cops indicted because they rely on them for their business, and arrest means budget for everybody. So the DA kind of threw the case, and the cop wasn't indicted. And tonight, when he opened his front door, he was shot twice. So they're on their way to get there. Uh, Bobby helps out his friend Perry Addison, who works for the competing station, because uh, um, Bobby and Garland actually get there, do their report. They get it all done, and they're actually uh, headed off, headed off because they've sent in their report. It's already been, they're going to share it with international and national news stations. So they've got the scoop. And as they're leaving, Perry Addison, who's works for a competing station, but is also a good friend of Bobby's, they smoke weed together, uh, calls and they have a little bit of back and forth going between them. Bobby's been doing this longer than Perry, so Bobby offers some advice on that he needs to get there, get it done quickly before the other and the international news services show up. Why is this important? Because it was a retribution killing, apparently. Uh, so they think that they've got this really good thing. They have beaten everyone. It's gone national, regional. Even the Al Jazeera can show it. Uh, So they're thinking that they're doing really good. And they talk to their manager back in the station who lets them know that, you know what? You think you've got something special. Well, you've been trumped because yours was just one of 4 police shootings that evening all around the country. And they're the same type of killings of police officers, those that had controversial killings while they were police. So basically, we're introducing the characters, uh, giving you a as quickly up to speed with them as I can without having to stop and write very long narrative areas. But then I just wanted to throw in at the very end the little, that wonderful part of life where you think you just friggin' nailed it. And of course, you find out that, well, no, you're not. It's not as good as you think it is because other things have happened as well. So I definitely wanted to end that first chapter on a little bit of a disappointment to Bobby and Garland. So that's pretty much it for the first chapter. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop here, post this one, then I'm going to record the next one, and I'm going to do each one of them in sections. So if you just look along here, the next one we'll be doing is ZLM 151051, which basically brings to life that there is madness, or there is organization behind this seeming madness. And what happens here, the way Scribner works is, I have the index card here that says crime scene scoop, and then I click on that, and you know what? That's this scene. Actually, that's this chapter, and it's only got 1119 words in it. I like to keep the starting chapters pretty short because it gives a nice momentum to the work. If you like 1100 words for a chapter, seems to work pretty good. I've cut them even less at 400 before, and that was just way too brief. But I don't want to go 3 to 6,000 words for the first chapter. Let's get into the speed of it. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to go work on this file, get it uploaded, and then record the next one. I hope you like it. If you do, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, leave some comments. If you thought it sucked, give it a thumbs down. Tell me why it sucked, and if I agree with you, I'll change it, and I'll be a better writer for it. Anyway, thanks a lot. I do appreciate it. Talk to you later. Bye.